if it's ever going to go live. Yay! Hi, guys, and welcome back to Reads Readers, and welcome to our Fiction Falls live show. Very full of spoilers, obviously, for Fourth Wing. Yay! And I'm going to pull this up. We're going to do our little introductions and starting ratings. I'll start. As the only one here that hasn't ever read it, this is my first time reading. I'm leaning either a 5 or a 6.
Yay!
I'm not going to solidify the 6 until after our discussion. That will determine if it stays at a 5 or if it'll go at the 6, and then where it'll end in my favorites of the year list for 2024. The 24 best of 2024. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Clint. Welcome. And I'm going to pass this off to Amanda to let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda from Amanda's Booktopia. You can also find me on Instagram as FireGal17. And I'm sure Clint will link all of us down below afterwards.
Yeah, Amanda's link. I'll get Lindsay afterwards.
Yeah, we're so happy to have our a surprise guest host with us today.
Yes.
This wasn't planned. It's completely last minute, by the way.
Straight from Walmart.
But this was a reread for me for Fourth Wing, and it's still a 5-star for me. Still love it, just as much as the first time around. So I'm excited to discuss with everybody, and I do plan on rereading Iron Flame in January in preparation for Onyx Storm, because I cannot wait for Onyx Storm. Trust me, I plan on even doing a vlog. I don't know if I want to do a spoiler vlog or non-spoiler vlog of me reading Onyx Storm as soon as I get it. But stay tuned for that if you're interested.
I will be continuing the series in January, just saying.
Yay.
And then...
Me.
Our
Hi
surprise
guys,
guest
I'm
host.
Lindsay. I am She Is Booked and Busy on YouTube. She is Booked and Busy on Instagram. And Amanda actually messaged me and asked me to jump on as I was like walking through Target. I was like, sure, be home in 20. So I actually did not just reread it, but this was the perfect thing for me to jump onto because Fourth Wing was my favorite book of 2023. Iron Flame was like top 2 of my favorite books in 2024. This is the easiest 25-star book, Fourth Wing, that I've ever given. It's honestly one of the books that I read and understood, like was reminded why I was a reader and what romantasy should be. For me, it is one of my top books I've ever read in my life, next to like Prisoner of Azkaban. So
that's high praise right there.
Yeah. So that is absolutely, and obviously I'll be continuing on with Onyx Storm. I plan on canceling like everything to read it. So
See, I was watching your latest video earlier today, your 25 books to read in 2025.
I also watched it.
And I heard you mention Onyx Storm. So I messaged Amanda. I was like, ask Lindsay if she wants to join us for the live. She just mentioned it's one of her favorite books. So she can come discuss with us.
Yeah. Zayden does things to me, guys. Zayden does things.
Listen,
Shadow Daddy.
Listen, when the audiobook started with Teddy Hamilton's voice out of nowhere, I was like, girl. But we have some comments. Hi, Zaina.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Karina.
Hi.
Karina says she'll be rereading Iron Flame in January and reading Onyx Storm as soon as my eyeballs open on the 21st.
As you should. As you should.
Yes,
I'm
same.
thinking I might push Onyx Storm to February. That way I'm enjoying the series as we go. But also it also depends on how I feel at the end of Iron Flame, on if I have to know the next one like the very next day. So we'll see.
You will.
Right.
And I agree with this. Zaddy.
He's everything.
Even though personally with the book, he wasn't my number one book boyfriend, and then I sobbed with what happened to that said person. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not getting spoiled for that book. Listen, Dana has permission to spoil me on something big, seeing as I accidentally did that with her with Throne of Glass. So, Dana, you have permission. I'm contemplating calling off work on the 22nd so I can stay up on the 21st. Yes!
Solid decision.
Yeah, because I was just with Dana yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, we went to Barnes and Noble together, and we were talking about that, and she's like, should I or should I not? Should I do the responsible thing? And I was like, it's up to you. And my fiance Ray's like, um, I say do the responsible thing.
If you have the vacation time, use it. If you have the PTO, use it. That
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
it's there for. Listen. I
People have
mean,
called out for way worse reasons. Just saying.
listen,
That's
Betty
true.
White died. I took 3 days off from work. Patrick
Oh, well,
Swayze died. I took an entire week off.
Oh my god.
that was
Heath
sad.
Ledger died. I took a week off. Listen, Maggie Smith, I took a day off.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman, I took a day off. Listen, self care. And Dana
Right?
says, I do have that in my back pocket for any time. You do. And I didn't realize that I was spoiling it for her either. I won't say what I said because I know that Lindsay's still currently reading the series. And she's not at the point where what I spoiled
Oh.
is a spoil.
Oh yeah, I think you told me what that spoiler was. So yeah, I agree. Wait for Lindsay to finish before we talk about it.
Okay, let's get into these questions. I found multiple book club discussion sets
Ooh.
on
Nice.
online. I found like 6 or 7. I only found 3 that I
Wow.
actually liked the questions. So I kind of mixed and matched some of these and I thought they were fun. Oh, hold on. Karina says, I started a rewatch of Harry Potter yesterday and cried. Hello. I did too. Listen.
I did also because I did a rewatch of like the whole series not that long ago, and I also did the same.
That hurts.
Yeah, Hagrid too.
Okay, let's carry on with this because I'm already going to cry about something with this. I don't need
She's
to
on a
cry
one-track
about Harry
mind here.
Potter. Okay, so when we first meet Violet on Conscription Day, when she visits her mother and her sister, what is the family dynamic? In what ways is she not suited to be a writer, and would she be better as a scribe?
Honestly, I feel like she's actually better as a writer than a scribe because
Ooh.
she could take that information and apply it to being a writer.
Agreed.
And because of her disability, she's actually a lot stronger than she appears to be, because her mind has made her strong. So it made her more mentally prepared, and most people would have thought otherwise. I think.
That is one thing that I really love about Violet's character being she doesn't let her disabilities and her like weak limbs and stuff like get her down. She's like, "Oh, I hurt myself. Cool, let's continue. I'm used to the pain. Let's go. You're
Yeah.
not used to the pain. I am. Let's go."
I think the hardest thing for her mentally, tying it into the family dynamic, is going to be that, or is that she's been discounted so often. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably internally knows how strong she is because no one feels her pain but her physically. But mentally, when you've spent your whole life being almost coddled and babied because you have, you're hurt, you're going to get hurt, you're weak, mentally, that's the hardest thing to overcome. And I think that she did a great job. And I think because she was discounted, she has that mental toughness, which will make her suitable. It does make her suitable to be a writer. But I think she's one of those people that probably would have succeeded in most areas that you put her in. I think had this not happened and she was a scribe, she'd be one of the best scribes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just how I did it.
the minute you tell her she can't do something, she's like, "Okay, I'm going to do it and
Right.
prove you
Yeah.
wrong."
Because she's been discounted. She's just been so like brushed aside, like, oh, this isn't going to work for you because you're weak.
Right.
We'll see about that.
Well, speaking of quadrants, which quadrant would you choose? Would you choose to be a rider, a healer, a scribe, or infantry?
None. I'm dead on day one. I'm done. I'd fall
I,
off the parapet.
I
Moving
would
on.
I would say a scribe, but I'm claustrophobic and I don't know if I could stay in the archives underground.
um,
Sorry.
I would be a scribe because I've always been very like book smart. I've always done very well in school, mostly like B A's and B's, and I've always loved learning and reading. So I feel like being a scribe would have been perfect for me.
All right, if you're going to make me answer this question, if I'm not dead on day one, I
Oh,
guess.
what would you be if you weren't dead?
If I somehow super glued my feet to the parapet and I didn't fall off,
Well, the parapet is only for the riders, so if you choose
that's
the
true.
others,
That's true. I would probably be a rider because I rode horses my whole life. So I guess maybe I'd just want to ride a dragon. There you go. Just want to ride a dragon. That's all.
we have a few comments. I agree with Lindsay. I think she would excel in anything. Ooh,
Yeah, anything
everything's
Lindsay would
moving.
do that you put her mind to, I think she could crush it.
Yeah.
She's adaptable and determined. Karina says healer probably because I
Yeah.
wouldn't last in any other. I mean, I would want to do scribe, but I don't think I could last in that little tight area. So then put me as a healer because then I could go wherever I'm needed.
No, I'm useless there too.
But
I
I
don't,
don't
I
think,
don't do any of that.
but
Useless.
I'm the emotional one. I don't know if I could see that much hurt
Yeah.
and not just walk in the room and just start crying because I see someone that I know and I'm like, let me heal you.
Nope. My husband and I had an agreement when we had kids. I'm not doing any of the injuries. The injuries are on him. I'm not doing it.
Anybody want to say hi to Ray real quick?
Hi, Ray.
Bye.
Dana says she wishes she could be a writer because that seems cool. I also think a healer for me. I mean, I wish I could be a writer, but let's be honest, I'm going to be one of the first people offed.
That's me.
And that's
You'll
just
be the
because
second. I'm the first.
it's going to be, even if I survive the parapet and I survive and get a dragon, someone's going to kill me because of my mouth. I have an attitude, and someone's just going to walk over to me and just slit my throat and just be like, nope, we can't handle him anymore. He's too dramatic, too much, too everything. He just needs to go and out of our area because we're going to get caught just because he's here. He's too bright and shiny that he's going to get caught.
He's bright and shiny.
Because listen, I'd walk in with all the bling on, be the most
Hey.
shiny.
That's right. You could decorate your dragon.
Yes, and I would distract my enemies with the shiny so
Yes.
then I could stab them. And I
So
would
don't say
throw,
you didn't serve a purpose. There you go.
and then I would throw glitter in their eyes
Glitter
and
dragon.
blind them. Listen. I'd love to ride a dragon, but IDK if I would survive the parapet. See, that's the thing is
It
Yeah, I
depends
don't
on
know
what
if
you're wearing. Because remember in the book she switched boots with somebody? So
Yeah,
they
like
would
didn't
split?
she like share one of her boots?
hmm
Yeah, I remember
with
that.
Ree.
When I tell you I have no survival skills, I'm really not being hyperbolic at all. I have I wouldn't make it a day. No matter where you put me, I'd be done. That's why I read, because I can imagine I would.
Yeah.
Dana says, "Hey Ray." Shay says, "IDK if I'd make it across the parapet, but if I did, I'd be just as shady as Violet with the poisoning." Hello.
Right.
And by the way, hi Shay.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Violet plays the long game because she's smart. Everybody else is playing the short game. She's playing the long game.
And she's thinking ahead.
I'm not going to make you bleed. That means blood gets everywhere and I have to clean it up. No, thank you.
Not a healer.
Balance plays a key in that as well. Not just your outfit.
Well, when I said outfit, I kind of meant the shoes as well, because the shoes are a part of your outfit.
My thing, okay, if we're in this world, am I skinny? Because if we can go back to me being 18, 19 years old, where I'm 130 something pounds and skinny, then yes, I could survive the parapet on the balancing. I'm in odd shape. I'm not going to survive the parapet. because I'm gonna like I'm a little stomach heavy, and then I have no butt, so there's nothing to balance that. So I would have to walk
Right.
like very weird on those,
See, I'm
and the
gonna
wind will come
I
in, and then I'd
think
fall.
it would work to my advantage because I'd bounce maybe.
I have
I
terrible balance. You would never catch me in the parapet because I would fall right off. I have the worst balance. Yeah, even Ray can't balance for the life of him, so he wouldn't even make it.
Karina
However, I think
said,
Ray would be a good scribe.
yes. Karina says, imagine you would need strong core,
Yeah.
not an odd
Not
shape.
a shape.
I was never skinny, but I do have pretty good balance regardless. At least someone does, because I don't.
Ray
Okay.
just said he wanted Tyrion as his dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, not Segale. Segale's too grumbly.
I don't
If
know
he
if I
had
would
one.
want that strong of a dragon. Give me one of like the oranges and the greens that are a little bit lower down, that are just like the nice and sweet dragons.
I want the one that's over it. That's the one that I want. I want the dragon that's just over it all. We can
I
hang
don't want
out.
the strongest because then you're putting me in the front line to fight the
Yeah,
most.
no.
Give me the one that's a little weaker. So we're
Yeah.
like mid road. We're not the
Yeah.
weakest. We're not the strongest. We're somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, like strategy. Like I want the strategic
Right.
over it dragon because
Yes.
that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. So when beginning the parapet challenge, Violet swaps one of her boots with Rhiannon so she has a better chance of making it. Is her decision heroic or foolhardy? And what would you have done?
Or I think it's goes back to what I was saying. I think it's both. She's playing the long game. And I think she knows that where her physical limitations might step up sometimes, she needs to make those like social benefits, right? Like make friends, be nice. This person like will owe you now. Like there will be that sense of that. I think she's smart. Um,
Mhm.
it wouldn't have mattered because I would have fallen, so it wouldn't have really mattered.
Listen.
So, but yeah, I would have. I was always that person. Like, I'll wear shoes that are sizes too small. You can have my shoes. That's fine. I don't care. I'll go barefoot. I'm
My
cool.
thing is I don't know if I would have swapped boots. I may have just given her my boots
Yeah.
and then went barefoot. Or like I would have seen what my socks would do first. If I had like grippy socks on, then I could like I would do that.
Socks.
Like if you have like the grippiness on the bottom, maybe you
Yeah.
can grab a hold a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because to me, I'm thinking all the shoes is gonna be that like the sole at the bottom is gonna like you're gonna fall no matter what.
Right.
At least
Right.
I'm gonna try to like maneuver my way up.
Right.
Right.
And if someone has a pair of high heels, I'd probably take them too because I'm a little bit more balanced in high heels than I am not heels.
Can't relate.
So I used to do round offs and cartwheels and 10-inch stilettos and land on them perfectly. So
No.
now
You
can I
have
do that
video of
now?
that? 'Cause I want to see it.
I'm sure somewhere. um It takes a village.
Yeah. Long game.
I think it was heartfelt choice and also a strategic one. She was getting the allies.
Yeah.
Grippy sock vacation. Yes. Don't know if your grippy socks were too much in the rain. I forgot it was raining. Okay. A lot has happened in the book, okay?
A lot does happen.
I forgot
a
it was
big-
raining.
Like so much to unpack in this one book.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Okay. Which conscription day challenge would you be the best at? Which would frighten you the most?
All of them and none of them. I mean, none of them and all of them.
Same, actually. When I typed this, I went, I don't know if I really have an answer for this except all of them.
I feel like I could climb. Wasn't there a part, like the part of one of them where they had to climb the wall? I feel like I could do that.
Yeah.
I could climb the little wall. Remember that part where they had to like climb? They had to go up the side of the mountain. Wasn't that one of the challenges? They had to climb
Is
the
that
wall.
part
There's a
of
gauntlet.
Yeah.
was the gauntlet stuff the same as what they had to do in
Oh,
conscription?
maybe
I don't
not. I don't
remember.
remember.
I could not do anything physical. Let me tell you that right now. Physical
I'll
is
pass the tests.
out of my league.
Were
Give
there
me the
I am not
snacks?
physically inclined. So,
I feel like there were snacks somewhere in there. You do that.
yes.
however, I would be able to
Yeah.
do at least the part where they walk past the dragons. That I would have no problem doing.
Um, let me see here. See, the parapet part kind of confused me a little bit. I just knew that balancing was a thing, and they were walking upstairs.
I think it was also like a mental toughness thing,
Mhm.
right? Like when you got there and you looked and you were like, I'm doing what?
I
I
think
think
there
it was
was like
almost like,
2,000 steps and stuff, which kind of made me think going back to Sarah J. Maas, because this does get compared to Sarah J. Maas all the time.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Nesta's book,
oh,
Silver
Court of Summer
Flames.
Flames.
where with
Hmm.
when she's in the house in Valerian, the wind, and
Yeah,
had to
the
walk down the
stairs.
steps. That's what I envisioned was the stairs.
Hmm.
But they were like in weird shapes and different spots, is kind of like
Karina.
this gets compared to Sarah J. Maas. I've
Well,
seen enough TikTokers go, if you love this, you'll love this. And they're
yeah.
like the same. And
You
I'm
want to
like,
know what I
no, they're
hate?
not.
They're not quite the same because Fourth Wing has dragons.
This is what I hate. Every single, it's like the tagline for people to say, oh my God, Fourth Wing, it's like Harry Potter, but with dragons. I'm like, Harry Potter has dragons. What are you talking about?
Right?
Harry Potter has dragons.
This has nothing like Harry Potter
Actually,
No.
personally.
what it reminds me of is a little bit of Divergent.
Yes. And a
Haven't
little
read
bit
More
of
it.
Hunger
Divergent than
Games.
anything else.
It reminds me a little bit of Hunger Games on like how they listed the deaths.
Yeah.
And then Divergent was like all the dauntless challenges like you see in the movies. I've never
Yeah.
I read the first Divergent book. I don't remember enough of it.
I love the Divergent series, but this book
So
did remind me of Divergent some.
it was like Divergent and Aragon had a child, and they're like, here you go.
Aragon, yeah.
I've never read Aragon.
It's
I
good.
love Aragon. The Stairs. Hey.
Hello.
Yes, Def Divergent. Everything gets compared to the big series to gain traction to the book, but that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me
No,
either.
Yeah, it
That
really doesn't because they're completely different worlds.
and
no.
also anytime a magic school book is compared to Harry Potter, I won't touch it.
Yeah.
The minute you compare it to Harry Potter, I know I won't like it. Something about it going, you're giving me big expectations,
Yeah.
and then it's not going to follow through, so I'm not touching it.
The only book that reminded me of Harry Potter was Nevermore.
I have that. I haven't read it.
It's I've only read the first one, but it's so good. It's very similar to Harry Potter, but not quite the same. So it has like some differences, but
Yeah.
it's so gripping. So I have the second and third book that my sister gifted me that I still need to read. But there's a fourth book that was released. Was it this year?
Hmm.
I think. I think it might
I've
have been
read the
August.
first.
Yeah.
I preferred Amari a little bit more.
But I highly recommend Nevermore if you haven't read it yet.
I have it. I'm going to have to
If
bump it
you
up on my list.
like things like Mary Poppins vibes and like Coraline vibes, though that's kind of what it gave me is like them with like hints of Harry Potter,
Oh,
like the
okay.
vibes of it.
Is it middle grade?
Yes.
Yeah, Nevermore is also middle
And
grade.
yes, Amari and the Night Brother is top tier, and to me personally, a little bit better than Nevermore.
I read Amari, but I like Nevermore more than Amari.
I just don't think Amari gets promoted the way it should, being by an author of color and a character of color. It doesn't get promoted the way it should. But
Yeah, I still give Amari 4 stars.
How does Violet, being the daughter of a famed war general and a sister to two war heroes, affect the way people see her and how she sees herself?
That's a good question. Where do you find these questions?
Honestly, I don't know because I know one of the sets is the thing that you said that you use, the book club thing. And
Uh-huh.
then I found a blogger, or no, yeah, blogger had a list of book club questions. And then Goodreads had some book club questions, and they were the ones that
Nice.
had the best questions. So I went, these are what we're using.
Well, similar to what I was saying before, obviously coming from that family, there's going to be expectations put on you, but then on top of that, once you understand the family dynamic of them kind of not telling her she's less than, but like in a way, you know what I'm saying? Kind
Mhm.
of just like dismissing her a little bit, almost as like the disappointment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like before
And
she leaves.
yeah, I think part of the reason why she was a writer was like just stick her in there and get rid of her a little bit, you know, like just I don't think there were very high expectations for her. And I
Honestly,
think she proves them wrong. That's the
yeah.
whole thing.
I think her mom kind of like didn't expect her to do as well as she did,
Mm-hmm.
especially when she bonded to two dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't think
have
anybody expected that.
I have my own theories on the mother. I don't think the mother is as clueless and as harsh as she appears to be. And I feel like she knew something about her. She was like the only one of she stood up for the kids. She didn't want the kids to have to die for what their parents did. There's like a few things
Mm-hmm.
that I think her mother has a little bit more of
A real,
heart for things. But after her son, losing her son, um, makes it where she's like, okay, I wanted my daughter to be a scribe, but I think she needs to be a writer because
right?
I need two children to be glory right now. So there's like this different sides that are fighting each other.
Yeah,
I think there's more to her mom too. I think there's going to be more to that character.
yeah. Like I think we're gonna. I'm hoping to get some more depth from her in Onyx Storm. Because so I know Clint hasn't read Iron Flame yet. But some of the stuff that happened in Iron Flame, I
Yeah.
feel like she has. She like something about her has more to the story. And
I love Shay. I think she's a selfish bitch.
She can be. Two things can be true at once. Shay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They expect her to perform as well as her family members.
yeah,
There are unwanted expectations, and then others expect her to pay for the sins of her mother.
yeah, because they all consider their family as like the reason why, you know, some of the kids who the parents were in the rebellion, they consider like their whole family as like the reason why their parents died. So they're taking it out on the whole family.
My thing was Mira treated the same way? So why Violet?
Because, well, why? Because she's weak. We're
But
supposed to
that's
take care of Violet.
but that's the thing. If the kids are gonna be punished, wouldn't it be all the kids equally? I can understand
Hmm.
the son, Brennan, because he killed uh
Dane's father.
yeah, Xanon's father, but why
Xanon.
didn't Mira get any of this pushed upon her? Yes, she's strong, but I don't think
Hmm.
she's as strong as people are saying she is. To me, I
Wasn't
just think
Mira, I'm remembering back, wasn't she often described as like super charismatic? Like, wasn't Mira kind of like miss popularity a little bit? Like,
yeah,
so
Yeah, a
she
little
might have
bit.
just had like social points. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might have just, you want to hate her, but you can't because she's just so likable, you know?
Yeah,
I agree with Clint. I think she's not as terrible as she's portrayed.
Hmm.
I expect we will be learning more about her father as well.
Mhm.
Most likely not a storm.
I have theories, and I want to know it. I'm going to throw this theory out right now. I know there's a spot where we're going to talk about theories, but I'm curious if her father's really dead.
I wondered the same.
Yeah, because are you guys
Nothing would surprise me.
Violet's mom?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, her onyx, her eyes were onyx. I think they mentioned it in one of the books about onyx, and I think it was her eyes.
I mean, her eyes were described in Fourth Wing as being as dark as onyx
Yeah.
That's
when
why
she
I think
looks at
we're
her
gonna get
daughter.
more. That's the reason why I think we're gonna get more of her mother in Onyx Storm.
But I thought her mom died.
No.
I'm not going to say anything, but we see a little bit of something that might open up a little bit more insight into her mom. We scratch the surface of her mom a little bit in Iron Flame, but not enough. We need more.
Okay,
Right.
I think her mom thinks tough love will make up for lost time. Yes. Because Violet spent so much time with her father preparing to be a scribe, so quote unquote weak. Mira is more of a people person,
I think there was
and
a little bit of a jealousy there too, though. I think
Yeah.
Violet and her dad bonded so much
Yeah.
and
over
then Brennan and when the mom probably
exactly.
bonded,
I
so
think there
Mira
was a
was
little
left
jealousy
over,
there.
so she became a
Yeah.
people
It's like
person.
what they call middle child syndrome.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you really just ask that, right? He's like, what is that?
How do you feel about Violet using poison to help her defeat her challengers?
Long game. I
I
like
thought it
it.
was ingenious.
Can we just say my favorite usage of that was the oranges
Yes.
on Jack? He deserved everything that came his way.
Oh my God, can you please read Iron Flame? Please. You're killing me. Ugh.
Do what you gotta do, girl.
Yeah.
Loved it. Oh, hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Sometimes you beat them with like brute and brawn, and sometimes you beat them with brains. Either way, you win, right? So,
But shout out, I will agree with
mhm,
Dana here. Shout out to Mira for making sure she got the Book of Brennan.
yeah.
Support her, and then hi.
Guys,
I
just let you know, I gotta pop off in like 5 minutes. I gotta feed my kids.
okay.
But
You can always come back if you want.
yeah,
Yeah. Violet using poison, I'm hands down because I feel like that's the only way I would survive is if I poisoned people.
yep. We're certainly not fighting. That's for sure. That's not happening.
You want
So,
you want your
Bring
weekly
oranges.
cup of tea? How about I slip a little belladonna root in your tea
Yeah.
That
after
was
reading
pretty funny.
Yeah.
belladonna?
Are we gonna fight? You're gonna win, but would you like an orange first?
Oh, you're allergic to peanuts? Here you go. I'm covering my body in peanut butter. Let's go. I haven't read Iron Flame yet, but I know the things. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Her
You have to read it,
upbringing
Shay.
And don't
of
listen to
preparing to
anybody
be a
because it's amazing.
scribe. The scribe training really did help her. She was ready to use her mind, and that knowledge was literally a lifesaver.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Were you surprised by Tiernan bonding with Violet? Why or why not? And what do you think about Violet having a second dragon? What are your thoughts about Andarna for the next book? I knew there was a question like this somewhere, so I did not have to come up with one of the ones down here. I'll ignore that when we get to it.
Honestly, I think I'm hoping that Violet's finally gonna get like what do they call it? Signet.
A signet?
Yeah, signet. I
Yeah.
think she'll finally get that with both Tyrion and Andarna. I know she got some from Andarna in the first book, but I think she's gonna get more, and definitely like her signet for sure, like in Onyx Storm. I just
I,
feel like that's what's going to happen.
I personally think Tiernan and Andarna represent Violet and Xaden so much. If you
Oh yeah,
look at them being, one is solid black, one is solid gold. You have the yin and the yang. You have
yeah,
the light and the darkness. You have Xaden controls shadows, and in darkness you see lightning. The light in the darkness.
Hmm.
So I'm like,
There's
I liked
Leo
how
too.
it was like all foreshadowed and all four like blended in, and that Andarna being the weak one.
yeah. It's
I
like
think
representing
Andarna is
Jaden
going to
and Violet.
prove. I think she's going to prove that she is just as badass as Tiernan, if
Yeah.
not better. And I will state, anything happens to Andarna, I will hunt you down, Rebecca, and we will have words. You will not hurt my baby Andarna.
I love Segale too. I think that's an interesting
Yeah.
element, like Segale and Taryn, but
Yes.
that connection.
Mhm.
I so now, like having finished Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, I'm not surprised that Taryn bonded with her, but at the time, like when I was on that page reading it for the first time, I was. You know what I'm saying? But now
I
that I'm more engrossed in Violet's character, I get it. Um, but I was at the time
I kind of
surprised.
saw it coming.
Yeah.
There was so much talk about Tiernan's dragon, and then when the golden dragon was mentioned,
Right.
it was like those two. I was like, it's gonna be one of them,
Yeah.
and I was like, even I went, it's gonna be funny if she gets both, and she just proves everybody that I'm not weak. That'd be funny. And then she got both, and I went, oh my god, I'm right. I know I
I was
texted
not surprised by
Karina.
Andarna because
I
I think
text
they're very similar.
I
Like I
text
think Violet and Andarna just relate to each other really well. But
yes.
Yeah.
And I texted Karina in full caps, both dragons? What?
Mm,
I agree. The Iron Flame haters need to
yeah.
chill. I just want to be different. It's an incredible follow up to Fourth Wing.
Yes, thank you. It irritates me. It's fine. It's fine. It's great.
I saw it coming the second they said, "Oh, there's only one black dragon in the Vale, but he doesn't bond." I
Yeah.
was like, "Well, he is this year."
I know. I thought the same exact thing.
See, I was worried though because I was thinking she was going to get the black dragon, and then when the gold dragon appeared, I went, "Okay, she's going to get the gold one, and Jack's going to get the black one."
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they've
yeah.
got all of this on Jack. So I was like, watch, he gets the most powerful, but then the dragon kills him because he can't control the power because of his anger.
Hmm.
So I
I
was
was
like,
hoping that would happen.
I'm hoping that he just explodes. Well, he exploded. It's not in the way I thought he would.
Well, then you definitely need to read Iron Flame.
Yes,
Please read Iron
I
Flame.
agree. Antarna and Violet are underestimated until they prove everyone wrong.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Then we got, what was Violet's biggest act of bravery?
Mm.
I want to say something so bad, but I won't. Go ahead, Amanda. I was going to say breaking that bureau. That was amazing. Breaking that dresser. You go, girl.
I think during that final battle with the wyverns too was
I
that she didn't hesitate to jump right in. She could have just left them all there, but yet she stayed to help protect everybody. And unfortunately, what happened with Liam was like so sad. But at
Yeah.
least she stayed and tried to like stay with him through all of it. And just the fact that she stayed with him, I thought was so brave
Yeah.
too. Because
Liam
I
was
don't think I could have
man.
handled that.
I was so mad about Liam, and I'm about to cry right now. He
Mhm.
was my book boyfriend, damn it. I was so angry. Um I personally
Right?
think her biggest act of bravery was when she was standing guard over Andarna and Tiernan showing up. Wasn't her protecting them? It was leaving Orin alive.
Mm,
To me, that showed an act of bravery.
yeah.
Of
Mhm.
I'm not going to kill someone.
Yeah.
It's a different type of bravery.
Yep.
It's showing the compassion, showing that you value life. And that can be
Yeah.
brave in itself, especially in this type of world.
Mhm.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what was when I saw this question, I was like, ooh, that's what my answer for this.
Nope, you're both wrong. It's breaking the dresser.
And I agree that furniture did not stand a
Yeah.
chance.
Nope. Yep.
The desk, the book, the dresser, the window,
Right?
the
Yeah.
curtains,
Yeah.
the target
All the above.
practice.
Super brave. That's scary as hell.
I am sorry if you're having sex to the point where you're shooting lightning off everywhere.
Thank you.
Right?
I
That was
want
insane.
bring it to me now.
It escalated quickly.
That's why I'm excited to see what her sickness is going to be.
Yeah.
Because if she can be that powerful,
Literally, the window to the wall.
I
The
was
lightning
thinking the
strikes the
same thing.
fall.
Sorry.
The lightning strikes
Sorry.
the something. I don't know. I was trying.
You start shooting lightning around and I don't immediately leave and I'm like, hey, catch you later. You're pretty brave. Sorry.
There's also I don't want to spoil it for Clint, but there's a spot in Iron Flame during the interrogation scene that I thought, she really showed
Mhm.
bravery there.
Yeah.
But Clint's gonna have to read it first, where I can really reveal everything.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have another live show just for me to gush over Iron Flame then?
Yeah. We
Because
can talk about all her bravery moments in my version in
we
that.
can have 2 live shows, one for The Stars Are Dying, and then one for Iron Flame.
And then when Onyx Storm and we've all read it, gush and then have theories if there's gonna be another one or not.
I'm hoping there's so much of my bravery moments in
Oh.
Onyx Storm. I just want
I
all
cannot
the bravery.
There's no being discreet for her. She literally set trees on fire.
Right?
And didn't it take like 4 or 5 water users to put out the trees?
Yeah.
Poor trees.
Who's replacing
Yeah.
my dresser?
It's a 5-book
Right?
series. Sold.
I know, I
Sold.
can't wait. As soon as those are announced, we should schedule live shows just for the rest of the books.
Ugh, so
I'm
excited.
just stating now, this has potential to have the amount of love I have for Throne of Glass. Attached.
Oh, big words.
I think you will.
Because Throne of
After you read
Glass,
Iron Flame, you're not going to want to go back.
yes, I'm an ACOTAR person, and that's what got me into like the romantasy genre. And I read all 3 in one weekend. The first 3 ACOTAR books in one weekend.
That's funny. I read the
But
whole series in 1 week.
Throne of Glass, something about that world is just to me the better series. Like plot wise, everything wise. It's one of my all-time favorite series. But I feel like this could rival that at some point.
I cannot wait to hear you read Iron Flame because I loved Iron Flame so much that I was angry at the way it ended. Like one of those moments where I closed it and I was like, really? Like how? What now? Like what do I do now?
After the way Iron Flame ends, I was like, what?
And then I immediately was like, when is book 3 releasing?
Am I
Why?
going to listen to the audio book next week? Flame.
Please. And you need to like message all your thoughts as you go because some of the stuff that you
Yeah.
said on this live, I've been like, oh my God, can you please read Iron Flame?
Same. I mean, Ray read it with me. We read it together.
Okay, so in order to control her signet better, Violet is told to ground herself to a place that brings her comfort. She chooses the archive. Where would you ground yourself?
What a great question. Where would I ground myself?
That is a good question.
I
I
would
think-
be in a library with all my favorite books.
Right? Does it
I
have to
like
be a
that too.
place or can it be a person?
It could be a
If it was
person.
If If it was a person, Ray would be my grounding point.
What?
Because he balances me out more than anybody else ever could, and like he knows how to like. Karina.
Anywhere that dresser is.
My grounding place is that dresser. Specifically his bed, probably.
Yes. So much lightning. So much
You
lightning.
know what's even funnier? I could picture Karina in that bed.
Oh my god. I would not be surprised.
So much lightning.
But as I was saying, I think Ray would be the perfect person to ground myself with, because I can't. He's the one who really, needs to come back down to reality. So it would be him for sure.
I would choose my husband, but he'd be like, "No, thank you."
Okay.
Thank you. But no, I would probably do okay. Oh God, see, like I very much have like two different personalities. There's like family mommy wifey Lindsay, and like my husband and I, like this is why our relationship has worked since we were 19, right? And I'm 36. So there's like family wifey mommy Lindsay that would ground myself at our happy place, which is Disney World. We go twice a year. It's like our home away from home. So I would ground myself there. But if we're talking about like individual Lindsay, like when I'm not mommy, when I'm not wifey, when I'm like out, the Dominican Republic, where I grew up a lot. So there you go. That's mine.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Shay says the beach. And Dana says Disney.
Right, baby. We still have to meet next time I go down there.
I have never been to Disney. One day I will. I'm from the poorest state in one of the poorest states in the United States. We are like bottom 3 in education.
Where are you from?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
We're the buckle of the Bible Belts. Which is why we're trying to leave.
No, it's something special that creates memories with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's probably.
I mean,
if I had to choose, it would be Disney.
We're the Disney gay household. Like the amount of Stitch items. I mean, my cousin just bought me these for Christmas.
When we went down, I suggest you do the Lilo and Stitch character.
Our wedding rings have Stitch on them.
Speaking of Stitch, did you hear there's going to be a live action?
Mm-hmm. Still don't know how we feel about that animation, but yes, we have to. I need to put this annual pass to use.
Never mind, I hate you. I'm jealous.
Yes, Jay, the beach is a great place. And signet powers are supposed to reflect who the riders are at their core. How do you think that applies to Violet to start with? Her signet power being lightning.
Yeah.
Well, Violet's only developed a little bit from Andarna, nothing from Tiernan yet. Mm-hmm. Necessarily.
Well, Tiernan would be the lightning. Andarna gave her the freeze time.
I think she's going to develop more in Onyx Storm because I feel like she surpassed everyone's expectations already. Wouldn't it be funny if she ended up with 3 signets somehow?
Well, it was mentioned in Zayden's chapter that the freezing time went away.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Because it mentioned with Andarna, he made a comment, well, she's changed, but I'll have to tell her about that another time, and that she's grown, and that she might not, that the freezing time went away for Andarna.
What was Dane's? I don't remember.
Is that in the holiday edition?
No.
Oh.
I have just the regular edition.
Okay.
Can I tell? Sorry, not to change the subject. So I got Fourth Wing when it was like literally like I hadn't even heard anybody was talking about it, and I got it, just saw it, and I thought that it was cool, and I bought the one with the sprayed edges, like the dragon one. So one day I was selling like one of my special editions on like Mercari or something just for like regular cost. I just didn't want it. It was taking up too much room. And in the background of my photo, you could see it on my shelf. Tell me someone didn't pay me $275 for it.
No way.
Messaged me and said, I'm not interested in this book, but are you willing to sell your fourth wing? And I was like, I mean, I have like 4 editions of it. So yeah, why not? Like, I don't even know, what does it go for? She's like, I don't know, but I'll give you $275. I was like, sold.
Sold.
I paid $275 on that damn book.
Wow.
Yep. And
That's
I sold it and
amazing.
shipped it so fast. She goes, oh, and then she goes, who's going to pay for shipping? I'm like, me, girl. I'll pay for shipping.
I'll pay for shipping. Shit.
Just give me my $275. Sorry, continue.
Dane has the ability to see people's memories without them knowing.
That's right.
I thought that was fascinating, and even I questioned why he was touching her face when he touched her.
Yes, when she touches her. That's right. I forgot about that. Yep.
I was like, he better not take anything from her.
And then even Violet said she didn't think he would be that intrusive to her because they were already friends.
I think the whole concept of the signets needs a little bit more like delving.
Well, see, with Violet, I feel like the lightning made sense for Violet because she wanted to protect those around her. That she always felt weak. So her having such a powerful signet, like Professor Carr said, it balanced out because of her like weak ligaments and stuff, for her wanting to protect people to be 30,000 times stronger than her muscles were. And then Dane is like, he always wants to follow the rules. He always wants to know everything about everybody.
But a bit controlling and manipulative too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you've got Xaden, who is always in the shadows, in the darkness. He just wants to protect those that he loves and hide.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Mira wants to be on that front line. She wants to protect everybody, especially her sister. So she creates wards. You have Liam, who always who has that power of he always sees things from people around him. So he has farsight.
Yeah.
Now, the others' abilities, I don't really get why Rhiannon's is, oh, this book is from over there, can now come to me.
Akio book.
Hello? Well, in my head, I saw it more of like in Charmed.
Yeah, I've never seen Charmed.
Paige was like, that book, and then it orbs into her hand, is kind of how I viewed it. And then, wasn't Riddick frozen? Like, he could free, like...
I remember.
I don't remember what Riddick says. I don't really pay attention to the others.
For moms.
It was never said.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. I think some of it still is like in development. Like, hold please, we're developing this. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm intrigued. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I gotta run. My kids are blowing me up. Go ahead. I'll do one more. I'll do the comments and then I'll go.
Karina says Mira's signet of creating a shield, I think, leads to her being an older sister and being protective.
That's a good one.
That makes sense.
I'm pretty sure her mom also controls the weather, like the storm on the parapet. They mentioned her mom could have done something about it.
I forgot about
that. With her mom's eyes being called onyx can affect weather, makes me very curious about Onyx Storm.
I know, that's what I've been saying. That's why I think we're going to get more of her in that.
There's more to her.
It's not specific to just books. She can just learning her ability. Oh, well, no, I knew. It was just the whole making things come to her. I was like, what does this have to do with your personality?
Right.
And then Violet's lightning will be used to shed light on the truth of the history of the world. Oh my God.
Yes.
This gets starred because that is the best explanation.
She sheds light, yeah.
Thank you, Karina. We give you your roses.
I can see that for sure.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Just double checked and it says Mom's storm wielding signet.
Well, then fuck you. There was no need for it to rain that night.
Right? Like she could have.
See, there's something going on.
Or did the mom make it rain so that she could get across it?
Or
did the mom use that to help her?
I think she created the rain to make it harder for them to cross.
To make the others harder, but knowing that she's weak, she has better balance.
Maybe.
And
I
made
don't
the
know.
rain to make it weaker for others, for the enemies.
What if
Who
she
knows?
becomes like my favorite character after Onyx Storm? What if I'm like team Sorengale?
Hello.
Yeah.
His
Right.
mom's a lion hoe. I love the hate, Shay. I love the hate.
Wait, tell us what you really think, though. Like, tell us why you like. What do you really think?
Oh, you're funny, Shay.
She was testing Violet's ability to survive and show her strength.
Yeah.
Maybe she knew that Mira gave Violet the shoes and it would weed out the others.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe she slipped that little information to Mira without telling Mira.
I think there's gonna be so much more to the mom.
Thanks for joining us.
Anytime. Sorry, I have to peace out. If I end up coming
Okay.
back, I will, of course, be back. But I don't know if I'm going to be back in front of the
Well,
computer
if you
because my
come back
kids
for
miss
the
me.
very end, at least I want to do like a unboxing live if you make it back. Because I
What
just got a
time?
bunch of packages.
What time is it right now? 8:26. What time?
Well, whenever we get done with the questions, I want to unbox books that I got.
Could you message me and give me a 5-minute warning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Bye, guys. If I don't see you again,
Bye.
bye.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
I'm going to cook a gourmet meal of Velveeta hamburger mac.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Later. Mhm.
And everybody's just saying bye. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying bye to Lindsay. Hopefully she comes back. Because I would love for her to see the books that I just got.
And then Jack's stupid signet of I'm assuming electricity in his hands.
Yeah.
That was very weird how it was written in the sense of I was like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's putting magic into her face. That's all I know. In my head, I view it as like the whole zzz, with like the electricity between the
Yeah.
hands, which now makes me wonder because Violet can control lightning. Can she like eventually get to where she could do this on someone, or like
That would be
channel the lightning like really tiny and like let's play Tesla with somebody's body? Oh, that'd be fun.
right.
What signet do you think is the most useful, and which one would you want if you had to choose a signet?
I think I want Violet's lightning.
Yes, I am, Drew. But hi,
Hey, Drew.
I don't know if I want lightning.
Because that'd be so cool to have lightning. Yeah, I think so. What about you, Ray? Which signet would you want?
I want Darna's ability to freeze time.
Did you hear Ray? He said he would like to have Andarna's ability.
I think I would want an ability to, like how photographic memory, like when you read something and you can read like a book like real fast and you retain all the information.
Yeah.
I would want something kind of like that, but when I watch people fight, I zero in on all their weaknesses and I remember exactly how they fight so I can counteract everything that they do to me.
Right.
Lightning would be cool and useful in war if you're a writer.
Yeah, if I was a dragon rider, I definitely need
The creature of the dark, so I'll have to take the shadow Zaddy's power.
Right. Before you sit down, can you hand me the boxes so I could put it behind my laptop?
All
All of them.
Okay, every year less dragons are bonding. Do you think the Navarians' politics are at play? Do you think the dragons just follow the allegiances of their riders, or choose riders they feel will support their cause?
Sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm preparing for the unboxing at the very end. There we go. That was everything, right? Right?
yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure I was prepared. it's very possible about the politics being at play
Mhm.
because there's a lot of politics in this book.
I
For
think the
sure.
dragons are fed up with humans and their BS.
Yeah, I mean
Agreed.
the whole point with after she bonds with Andarna and Kieran, there is a thing where all the humans were like, "You can only have one dragon," and then the dragons are like, "In our heads, it doesn't matter because the humans don't have any say."
Mhm.
So honestly, I like the dragons more than the humans.
I think they have a brain of their own and they don't listen to humans. Agreed.
Mhm.
See, I
Yeah.
found this question very interesting because I agree.
Mhm.
I think it's more of they choose writers that they feel will support their cause. Like
Yeah.
they feel like they relate a little bit more to like Tiernan was like, you showed your strength in tens of thousands of other ways.
Right.
And you keep falling off the dragon has nothing to do with your ability to fly. It's your body's just not built, so we have to figure out a different way.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
have their own allegiances.
Like even what Tyrion said to Violet about why he chose her, it was because of the compassion she showed Andarna.
Hmm.
So
Okay, is Zayden really the best choice for Violet? What are his positive and negative qualities? Does he consider himself to be a bad person?
we're all
Do you?
oh, we've all been telling Clint he needs to read Iron Flame.
Yeah.
He already knows that.
Well, I'm gonna tell him too.
Tiernan, whatever. Whatever. Close enough.
Karina thought he was saying Tiernan.
Tiernan, whatever.
Um, honestly, I think they're the perfect balance for each other. Because in some ways, it reminds me of me and Ray in our relationship because we're completely different, yet we still work. So that's why I think Violet and Zayden are kind of the same like that. They kind of balance each other out.
Yeah.
Can I just say, move over, Reese?
Except you're not a shadow daddy. I already know that.
Shadows and crap.
Yeah, I know you're not a shadow daddy. You've already established that. That's not what I'm talking about here.
Shadows, daddy.
Can
Yeah,
I just
you're
say,
the shadow daddy.
Oh.
move over, Reese? I think Zayden is a lot stronger of a book boyfriend.
What's I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Move over, Reese. Hello, Shadow
Zayden.
Daddy.
Right? Karina's like, what?
I just want to say his whole name. Turn to knock. I know. What? Oh shoot! I'm shocked and respectfully disagree.
Well, you can't forget about Azrael.
I wasn't. I'm not a Reese fan. I'm an Az fan. So obviously, I'm a Shadow Daddy fan. So Sterling's is Cassian, and mine is Azrael. So
That's why I knew you would love this book.
I'm a Shadow Daddy lover.
Because
And
I know
this
you
is
like
a
Azrael.
zaddy. And no offense, girls, this is a zaddy I can get down with. Your other zaddy, not so much. Sorry.
I mean, I knew how much you like Azrael. That's why I'm like, I think you're gonna love this book.
I don't know if I would put him over Azrael. I would put him over Reese, hands down. I would not put him over Azrael. I think I would put them equal. That way they can both have their way with me at the same time. Get two different types of shadow magic. You should have left Reese out of this. I agree.
Yeah, the
Clint
girls
loves
love
shadow
Reese.
daddies. Do I stir the pot with my unpopular Akatar opinion?
It's a
Yes,
you love
Shay,
the
go
opinion.
right ahead. I'm kind of curious, but it may hurt us all.
I mean, I love Akatar, but honestly, I like Throne of Glass more.
I am the girls, Amanda. I am
I
the
know.
girls.
I know that. That I was
I missed
referring
it.
to all of y'all. When I say the girls, I include Karina, Dana, Nikki, and Kaylani. When I say the girls, that includes all four of you.
Okay, Shay, that hurts our soul.
Well, I wasn't crazy about the first book. However, Data convinced me to read the rest of them, and I'm so glad that I did because the rest of the books are better than the first
Throne of Glass better than Akatar, and then Akatar is better than Crescent City.
book. Everything's better than Crescent City, in my
Not
opinion.
the Pearl Clinch. Or Clutch, sorry. Okay, so back to this. Okay, it appeared that Mira and Dane both knew a lot more about the retribution Zayden swore against her mother. How much more do you think they know?
A lot more than Violet knows. Honestly, I don't think everyone knows really everything about her just yet, which is why I think in Onyx Storm we're going to get more of what she really thinks. I'm really hoping we get her point of view in Onyx Storm, because that would explain so much.
Throne of Glass is my favorite. Yes, Clint. Crescent City is the pits of hell. Cece was a standalone. Agreed. Nesta is queen, but honestly, I just didn't like Akatar. I loved Throne of Glass. Okay, at least you
Throne of
liked
Glass is my
something.
favorite too. We'll have to do a separate live show just to talk about SJM at some point.
I mean, we are slowly plotting something with Jess. Remember, we're supposed to be plotting something for the new year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It appeared that we've already said it. I agree. I think they know a lot more. But also, why do you think they hide the knowledge of the Vonnen, however you
Big
pronounce
Venom,
it, Vinen, and the Werevins from the
Wyverns.
writers?
Um, I think honestly that there's so much politics going on that they're keeping all the writers in the dark for a reason. I feel like they're trying to like have them take sides and make sure everyone at the school overpowers everyone from like all the other villages and stuff and just have them like completely take over. I feel like there's a reason why. I think that's like the reason why they're hiding it because they want like even I honestly in the end I'm thinking everyone in the school is going to be evil and everyone else is good because they're keeping all this stuff from the writers and if the writers really knew what was going on they switch alliances completely.
Is it bad the when you said that my brain went so it's the school for good and evil? Where the good is actually evil and the evil's actually good?
Yeah.
It's Alphaba and Glinda. Glinda's the real villain. Sorry. Honestly, I don't think Mira knows as much because Zayden is the first of the rebellion kids, so Mira wasn't around him. But I'm wondering if Mira knows more than she is telling because of her mother.
hmm
And I think Dane knows a lot more because he touches people.
Yeah, because he could read everybody's memories,
And not everybody knows.
but he has to be touching someone in order to know their memories.
I can't wait for Onyx Storm. I sadly worked that day and couldn't take it off. They have something to do with the origin of the Vannon, is my guess.
Yeah.
I'm curious. One of my theories here, which I could be completely wrong, but as the only one here besides Shay that's only read book one, I'm wondering if the Vannon are. I have two theories for them. Are they, some of them, the rebellion leaders? When they died, they turned into this?
hmm.
Or are they writers that the magic hit them differently on accident? And they're listed as deaths that nobody saw.
That could be interesting. That's a strong
Just my
possibility.
theory. Just my theory, but then again I might be relating it to too many other things.
But something happens at the end of Iron Flame. I won't tell you what, but something
They're
about Venom at the very end of Iron Flame that you have to read.
they're rewriting their own story. The way you said that, immediately Hamilton started playing in my head. Okay, so how did your attitude about Dane change from the beginning of the book to the end of the book?
Honestly, my attitude was the same all the way through. I did not like him, and I still don't like him. I feel like he was trying to he wasn't letting Violet prove herself. Like she really wanted to, and he just wanted to hide her away in the scribe quadrant. And it
I
doesn't
hated
really
it.
matter because her mom is going to take her back to the writer's quadrant anyhow. And honestly, Violet has a lot more like balls than him ever did, in my opinion.
He gave Gel. Oh, I was just thinking that, Shane. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was actually just about to say that. He seriously gave me Gale vibes.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
hate Gale so much. And I did not like Dane. And every time Dane would enter the scene, I was like, ugh, does he have to be here? Why is he here? And then when it's proven that he used his power on her without his um that he used his power without her permission, I went, see, I knew he was evil all the time. I don't like him.
I actually liked Gale. In all honesty, I thought
Gil.
I liked him a little bit better than PETA.
I'm a PETA girly.
I think Gale deserves his own story. I would love to see Suzanne Collins give him a story.
Hold up now because I can write a paper why Gil isn't as bad as everyone wants him to be. I agree. I just thought he was a wet blanket of a character, personally. And he just the very essence of when he would enter a scene in the book just gave me creepy stalker, I just want to punch you kind of vibes. And I never understood why. He just felt very wet blanket. And Shay, Air 5. um he's got his faults, but he's no Voldemort.
That's true.
I wouldn't use Voldemort as the worst, even from that series, because Umbridge is 10 times
I was
worse.
about to say Umbridge was the worst for me.
He's
I
no
Voldemort had a reason.
Gale is kind of Voldemort, but he's no Umbridge. So
Yeah, nobody compares to Umbridge. Seriously.
I have topic, but are we excited for the new Hunger Games?
Heck
The movie,
yeah, I am.
yes. The book, no.
I'm excited for Hamish's story. I've always been curious about him.
Ooh. So Zayden is given a choice by Colonel Atos. Since they chose to save the village, do you think any of them will be able to return to Basgath? And if so, how? As the one who doesn't know,
Yes.
I think some of them yes, some of them no. I don't think Zayden will be allowed back. But I think she will.
Because she's General Smargill's daughter.
And she's going to be a spy from the inside out. It's going to be Akamath moment of spy entering, or not. Was it Akamath, or am I thinking War? One of them where she enters behind enemy lines.
I
And
don't
she's
know
going
if
to
it's going to
find
go
all the
back.
information, and then she's going to be giving it to Zayden because they're going to play it off that Zayden controlled her because of the bond, and Zayden's dead.
But In all honesty, I don't think Violet would go for it because of her nature. She's too compassionate and cares about people. I don't think she'd really be that good of a spy.
My thing is I think Brennan's got shit to tell her, and that's going to change her entire demeanor and her entire way, and she's going to save her friends and take it down from the inside out and give all the information to Zayden and
Yeah.
her brother.
Honestly, I feel like the plot's going to be at least kind of similar to how um, the Hunger Games kind of pans out. I think it's going to be similar to that in some ways. Not completely the same because they're completely different characters with different,
Yeah.
mindsets and stuff. But I think in some ways it's going to be very similar. Like Violet's going to be the hero in the end, I'm sure. Like how Katniss was in the Hunger Games. Like I'm sure it's going to have something to do with her in the end. Like she's going to be the hero that everyone's been waiting for. That should be interesting.
Okay, so the children of the resistance are sent to train as writers. What is the purpose of this? And are the leaders hoping that they will come around to their point of view? We learn at the end that the resistance is strong, therefore, the resistance fighters were not changed. How can this vicious cycle of the war end?
Well, first of all the leadership from Basgaya, um, they gotta actually listen, and I don't know if they'll actually listen.
Her mom's gonna get killed.
Mm,
Her mom and General.
Ados,
No.
um,
Um,
oh yeah, that's Colonel Ados. My bad.
um,
Uh,
Melgren,
yeah, that's his name.
and then the king are all gonna get killed. Or at least one of them's death is going to be very pivotal to the
Mm-hmm.
change. And I think it's going to be her mother's going to die in Onyx Storm, and that's going to change Violet completely because this is my prediction is her mother's going to cry and say something to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be that whole Snape moment of you find out he's actually the good guy right as she dies, and that's going to change her entire trajectory for the other books.
Mm. Well, now I can't wait for you to read Iron Flame.
It's to kill them off naturally, but if they don't die and bond to a dragon, then they can be seen as trusted. Oh, the resistance, even if they don't like them.
Mm, possible. Mm.
But yes, I think it's going to be her mother's death or her sister's death. It's going to be the one of them.
Mm. Oh, I'm excited to see what Onyx Storm has in store for sure. I am waiting. I've been counting down the days till Onyx Storm comes out. I make sure I have no plans that day and the next day, just in case I have a hangover from it, so I
If
can just read.
if this tells anybody, I have Iron Flame in my cart on Amazon. And I have pre-ordered Onyx Storm on Amazon. If
Same.
this tells you guys, I did that before I finished the book, if that tells you how much I enjoyed it.
I remember when you were at the 12th chapter mark, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Hello, the beginning of the book, I was like, why do we have to know all this information? This is so fucking boring. This is exciting for
Because it,
people. And then
it's
she got her dragons, and then I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, this is getting good.
yeah, it's like all background information. That way, they can slide it in as the story continues if need be.
I'm pretty sure it said in Fourth Wing that making them go into the Writer's Quadrant is strategic because so many people die. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
Wow,
Oh,
Shay.
Mira's going to die now that we know the brother is actually alive. Probably.
I mean,
I don't know. Something about her mother. I think it's going to be the mother, and it's going to be in such the most dramatic kind of way.
right.
Or it could be Dane, too. We don't know.
We don't like. I think it's gonna be a character that we like that's gonna end up.
I think it's going to be one that we don't like, but we haven't liked at all. And then in the last book, we actually love them.
like with Snape.
Yes.
Potter.
I think it's going to be one of those type of moments.
Yeah, probably.
Because I feel like it's going to be the most dramatic and the most, like, poignant for her character. Oh,
boy.
don't say that, Drew. She said that book 3 was the most painful book to read. Oh, uh, 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 uh. After this, because this next banner is the whole reason why I'm saying Liam, no question, just sadness, all the sadness. I
Right?
literally stopped the audiobook and sat at my desk and cried for 20 minutes.
It was really sad.
That, if we're relating it back to Hunger Games, is almost as bad as Rue dying.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
I cried when that happened to Rue.
This was stronger, actually. But, oh. Okay, continue on. Okay, dragons don't make mistakes. But why do you think that General Melgren's dragon gifted the Separatist children a relic that would block his rider from seeing them?
That's a good question.
I found that when I read that question, I went, oh, he did, didn't he? I think he did that to protect the children. Because he knows, I do believe General Melgren was the one that was pushing to kill the children instead of letting them live.
Yeah. I don't even have an answer to this question, in all honesty.
Incredible question. Because dragons have their own laws and know more than humans. See, when I read this question, I was like, oh, this question has to be used. Just like, it has to be used. Because this is like such a poignant moment. And it didn't even click in my head. It didn't click in my head till I read this, and I went back while I was at work, because we had a little bit of downtime at work, and I was able to add all my questions to the thing while I was at work, because I got a really slow moment for an hour, and I was like, I could type the questions, because I didn't want to type the questions, because I didn't want to spoil myself.
Right.
So I just printed off 3 sets of book club questions that I read the first couple and, oh, this is interesting, cool.
Yeah.
They have big emotions. Maybe he has to tie to someone that was lost.
Or someone who became vetted?
Ooh, like the dragon's previous... Ooh, I wonder if the previous owner of the dragon, like previous writer, was tied with one of the people that died in the Separatists. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons know the history behind everything, and they know the children will have a huge role in changing the future.
That is true.
Because the dragons realize how dumb it is to punish children for the sins of their parents.
Yeah.
Humans aren't allowed in dragon business. They know more than we do. I agree with Karina. I think everything they do is in preparation for what's to come.
I think that's why Tyrion chose Violet to bond to. Because I think because of what they know, that I'm sure he chose her in preparation because they probably know that war is coming. and they think that she's gonna be the catalyst.
The fact that she's the daughter of one of the biggest generals,
Yeah,
she's going to be the one seen as, oh, she's going to be powerful.
right.
Now I hope one of my theories comes true and the mother does die in a dramatic way.
That would be huge.
Okay, there was a lot of reveals towards the end of the book. Was there any foreshadowing, and did you see any of it coming? Zayden, Brennan, the Venan, stuff like that.
I did not see Brennan coming. That
I
was a
didn't
huge
either.
WTF moment for me. I'm like, what?
My coworker walked past my desk right as that line was said, and my mouth was like, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you trying to catch flies over there? Are you okay?" And I'm like, she's like, "You finished your book, didn't you?" And I was like, yeah, and does not compute, does not compute, does not compute. What just happened?
Right?
I don't have time to immediately jump into Iron Flame. What just, what? What?
Like, I knew you were gonna think that way when I told you there's a huge WTF moment at the end.
I forgot you even said that. I forgot everybody mentioned there was a WTF moment. And when I got there, I was like, what? Had a feeling Liam was a goner because he was so well loved, but Brennan was such a shock.
It
Listen,
really was.
I did not think anything was going to happen to Liam in this book. I thought if something were to happen, it was going to be one of the next books.
Right?
And this is just a flashback to one of the Crave books, where one of my favorite characters, one of the wolves, got killed in like the first or second book.
Uh-huh.
And I was not happy about it. And I'm not happy about Liam. I almost want to find Rebecca and we have words.
Right?
Be like, you are not George R.R. Martin. You are not Game of Thrones. You do not have to kill our beloved characters.
I think they did it for the shock of it, but still, I don't like it.
Did he have to die in such a dramatic... Did he have to die the way he died, with his dragon being shredded? And then
Right?
him dying because the dragon died? I can't. Ugh.
Right? That was really sad, Liam.
Thought it would be him or the dad. What? How did you not see that coming? Too predictable. I didn't see it coming
Predictable.
because I was thinking Brennan was dead.
I thought so too.
So I was thinking the person that Zayden took her to was either going to be her dad or Zayden's dad.
But it can't be Zayden's dad. He's dead.
Well, Brennan's dead too, so listen.
No, Zayden actually saw him get killed. So it
And
couldn't
people
happen.
watched Brennan get killed too, so I'm like, listen.
Really? I don't remember that part.
Rebecca likes to cause pain. LOL.
She really does like to cause pain, I have to admit. Can't trust anybody, Karina. We can't trust anybody. Except maybe
Who
Violet.
can we trust?
I think Violet's the only one who's completely in the dark and doesn't know anything.
We can trust Sarah J. Maas because her characters don't stay dead. Sorry. Okay. Next question. Do you think Zayden was justified in keeping his secret? If not, when should he have told her? If yes, was it fair that he asked Taryn to keep it too?
I don't think it was fair, in all honesty, because they're tied together now. So if he dies, she dies too. So I think he should have at least told her something. Maybe not everything, if he really wanted to keep certain things a secret, but he could have at least told her something to make her think that, at least that she could trust him at least a little bit, because she was so betrayed, like, because he didn't tell her anything about, like, the whole. It was during the whole shipping when he had that talk about the shipping.
That he was working with the Griffin, right? Or sorry,
Yeah.
the Flyers, and that Brennan was alive. That's all part of the secret. I think the reality is he needed to keep the secret.
He
Now,
might have needed to a point, but he really should have shared at least something. So that way she was aware if she needed to protect herself in some way. Because if he dies, she's going to die too.
she
She can't
wasn't
protect
prepared
herself
to
then.
shield herself from Dane. Understandable. I love Violet, but her feelings are not more important than the actual cause. Agreed.
Well, I'm not saying he should have told her every single thing. Just
I
something to keep her aware.
I don't think he should have asked the dragon to keep it. Now, if Taryn decided to do that on his own, that's on him. But I don't think it was right that Zayden asked him to do it. To keep
Right.
all of it. Now, maybe the Brennan part, to keep that secret, because she would have ran to her mother, or she would have
Yeah.
told her sister.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
At least give her a heads up about something so she
I
wouldn't.
mean, she's already kept the secret that they were meeting to begin with.
Yeah,
She's already proved herself.
she has.
Until she can properly shield 24/7, he shouldn't reveal. Understandable.
I think he was teaching her to do that.
Mhm.
So if she's gonna keep, because she was already keeping a secret for him anyways. Like, he should have known she was trustworthy, that she wasn't gonna run and tell her mother. Because it's not like she doesn't even like her mother that much. Why would she tell her anyway?
But I do get where Dana's coming from, though. With Dane.
Yeah,
With Mr. Prick.
it's because of the trust and the secret stuff in the second book that made me not like Zayden as much in the second book. But
Oh, yeah.
that's why I did a 4.5 and not a 5 star on the second one. But I
Teaching
still
and
want to hear
being
your thoughts.
teaching and being prepared to hold real secrets isn't the same. True. Okay, this is the last major question, then I just have all the basic questions. So we can, if you want to
Let
go
me
ahead and
let
message.
me know when we're almost to the last question so I can message Lindsay.
We have, what do you think, or why do you think the author chose to write the last chapter from Zayden's POV? And how did you feel about it?
Because she was kind of in and out of consciousness, so she couldn't really give us much.
I will state, it totally took me for a loop because I did not even register that his name was at the top of the last chapter. When I looked to see how many chapters it was, and when, like I said, when Teddy Hamilton's voice started talking, I went, "What's going on here? Oh, child!" I was like, my legs just started quivering.
Right?
Wanted more from his POV, but I thought it was a fun little switcheroo.
I still need to read the extra chapter in the holiday version that Karina sent me because I have not read that extra chapter yet, but I want to.
Okay, now we're just to basic questions. Okay, will you read the next book? Yes, I will.
Obviously.
And we've already been talking about theories, so I don't really need to discuss
Yeah.
that anymore. Any quotes? Okay, I had 2 quotes. I don't know if they're like, I didn't like save the actual quotes, but I have 2 moments that stick in my head.
Right.
Hardcore.
Uh-huh.
We don't like toxic men. We don't like toxic men. is what she says when she first starts liking Zayden.
Mm-hmm.
And then the quote that at the beginning that kind of made me go, "Oh, am I gonna like this book or not?" is when they're first grappling on the mat for the first time, and she says something like, when he puts the dagger back in her sheath, she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, he did that in such a hot way," and I went, "Ew, this ew." It was one of those moments of, okay, that line should not have been in this scene because the chemistry, like, you still hate the mother effer right now.
Right.
So, like, those were like the two biggest like things that still stick in my head.
Right.
Oh, and that one, lightning wilder, but he's hot. Yes, I get it's hot, but they were literally fighting, and it's just the way it was written in that moment that my brain went, really, we're gonna do this now. That felt a little forced, just to me.
Right.
It has been my honor. Yes, Karina, lightning wielder. Karina, stop. I'm going to throw up.
I don't have any actual quotes, but the first thing that really stuck out in my head, the first time her lightning struck, and I'm like, dang, girl. Yeah. That made me, that made me very sad.
Okay, so we have fave scene and least favorite scene.
I like the whole parapet scene, actually, because it really shows who was able to get across and who wasn't. I think it was testing them to see if they could really hold their own and be able to get across without having to rely on somebody else to do it for you. Because once you get across, there's there's other things that they could get help with if they wanted. This one was all on their own, so they had to they were definitely tested for sure.
One of my favorite scenes was when she shared her memory with everybody. When Dane wouldn't believe her and kept trying to get her to say that Zayden was lying.
Oh
Because he
yeah,
was showing how much he didn't believe her. So she was like, you know what? Taryn, share the memory with everyone, not
right,
just him. She was like, it was basically a fuck you to Dane in
right.
that moment.
Yeah, I did not like Dane. He wanted to protect her in this little bubble so she couldn't do anything.
Dane is her brother. There was no romantic chemistry. It was forced. Even the little bit that was there was forced. Like we said with Gail, it was like she kissed her brother.
And honestly, it reminded me just because I just read "Say You Swear," he reminds me of Chase.
Oh my god, he does. Yes, Liam's last words. Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh. What
that was a hard
exactly?
one.
Hold on, what were the exact words? Let me find that because I need to read them out now.
Karina, it has been my honor.
Yes, okay. Oh, yes, that was. Oh my god, no. Okay.
Oh yeah, That was the quote.
It
It
was.
was
The
his
minute
last
she put it
word.
in all caps, I went, oh my god, it was. That's why I said it earlier. Ugh.
Oh, we didn't catch on to
And
that.
that's why Dana almost threw up because of oh, it's been my honor. Oh, That is like a tattoo worthy quote, just saying.
Right? If someone wants to get a bookish tattoo quote, please get that one.
It's been my honor. Oh, the way that went over your head was crazy. Listen. I know. I wasn't in that moment thinking of that. I was trying to step away. That's your
Yeah.
man's Clint. We can cry together. No, when
Right.
you get it has been my honor, and you get teardrops with it. Like it put it on a piece of paper and it looked like people have cried over it.
Uh-huh. Right.
Ah!
Ah, you startled me just
I was
now.
like, ah! My heart! Ah! I can't! Ah! Welcome from welcome.
Right.
Um okay, least favorite scene is anytime Dane tried to kiss her. Anytime Dane and her had some sort of relationship scene is my least. Oh, smudged. Oh, yes, smudged lettering. Oh, like it looked like it's a cutout from the actual book of that line, and then it's like smeared, and then it's like, oh,
Right.
or the little paper can be shredded around it for day. I need to stop before I start crying here on camera.
Right. Yeah, someone from Mexico.
Yes. If you want to
That's
go ahead
pretty
and
cool.
message her, you can.
I just did, literally.
Okay. Would you recommend this to others? Yes, I would.
Hell yeah. I mean,
And
I'm the one that told you needed to read it.
everyone's been screaming at me to read it. Well, Swoonies, I read it finally.
Finally. Now I just need to get Bryce to read it.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
Don't know if Bryce will ever read it, but
Yes, I'm glad I loved it too because I know it's y'all's favorites. And I didn't want to let y'all down again.
yeah, I'm so glad that you finally read it all the way through and then you didn't just stop. You just kept going.
Yes, because I do remember I did attempt it once before and I got 50 pages, like with
Yeah.
the audio, and I DNF'd and wasn't going to. If it wasn't for a book club, I try not to DNF books for book clubs that I'm hosting. That is why I made it a pick.
Well, actually, I was like, we have to do Fourth Wayne because I want you to read it so desperately.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, when we were talking about each of us throwing out a pick, I went, then we'll just make Fourth Wing one of my picks.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let us down. We all have our own tastes in books, but it's nice to share the obsession. It
For
is.
real.
But I have let y'all down on many a thing. But it's y'all's favorites, and that's why I was like so nervous because there's been so many. I'm going to IBF next year, and there's a tattoo artist there. Done. Oh my god,
Oh,
if
I'm
you
getting
get
that
it,
quote.
Shay, show us.
Yes.
I felt it in my soul that you would love it.
That's so funny because yesterday Dana and I were talking about how we think you were gonna love Fourth Wayne. Like
Yes.
give it a shot. Finally.
Dana and I were talking about that too earlier about the whole feeling it in the soul. It's like I'm so glad I liked it. I was just so nervous because there's been so much hype and so much everyone saying, "Oh no, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." And I'm
Right.
like, "Oh, that puts so much pressure on it."
But it lives up to the hype for you in the end.
It does.
That's the best part about it.
Did this book remind you of any others? I'm pretty sure they've all been mentioned.
Yeah.
Divergent,
Divergent, Hunger
Hunger
Games,
Games, Harry
A Mix
Potter
of the Two.
moments,
Well,
moments from like things we
it's more
love.
of a military school than a magic school,
Well, yeah, but we were like, oh, those were our theories being like what would happen in Harry Potter. Never mind.
though.
The Snape, I was about to bring up the Snape part, but then I was like, wait, that didn't actually happen. That's an actual theory. It's scary when something is so hyped. It really is.
Right?
Especially when it's among your friends as well.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I read it.
This
Would you reread?
was a
Hell
reread for me.
yes. I will reread it each time for the next book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you to read Iron Flame.
I will make Iron Flame a top priority in January.
You know what you should do? Make a vlog out of it.
Do it, Clint. Do it.
Crown of Feathers by Nico
Keep
Preto
how
has
so
Phoenix Riders, and I really enjoyed that years ago.
actually that book
Nikki
is
Pau Preto. Okay, I was like, I thought it was like, okay,
actually on my Amazon wish list, like way back towards the beginning of my list.
I've heard really good things about that. I know when Mel was
Crown
reading
of
it
Feathers.
way back in the day, Mel really enjoyed it. And she was trying to get me to read it. So I might. This, I will say, this book really makes you want more dragon books, and it makes you want to
Right?
reread Aragon.
Well, we
Because
are reading Fear the Flames in March.
I haven't read Aragon since the last book came out. Which, Brissinger, not Murtaugh. Brissinger, because I read the quartet.
Karina.
Yes, I need more dragons of us. And I will say, in our description video, it said you're joining us at the zoo while we're watching the Amazing Dragon show. So,
Yeah.
one of our last two things. Any final thoughts or questions that we didn't cover? I feel like we covered everything.
My only thought is you must read Iron Flame.
Okay. Why do I think? Okay, I have another theory here because we didn't really talk about him.
Right.
I'm curious. I want to know if Professor Carr is on the rebellion side.
Huh. I didn't even think about that.
Something about him killing Jeremiah. Because the way it was written in my head is he saw Zayden and then immediately ran to Jeremiah.
Right.
Like just the way that scene happened. So it makes me wonder if he's part of the resistance. And is he undercover?
That would be interesting. I mean, he did say he thought someone should be a spy in there. Maybe he's a spy.
Or her former scribe teacher dude. I like him.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think there's something dark about him because he didn't read what was on the scroll. Just saying. And final ratings.
Yay. Mine's still a 5-star, obviously. For obvious reasons.
6.
Yay.
6. It will be in my favorites of the year.
Right at the very last 2 days of the year. In fact, today's the 30th.
Which is why it won't be up as high on the list. If I would have read it earlier on in the year, it might be higher.
Right.
So yes, 6 star.
Yeah, same, Karina. I need to finalize mine too.
I mean, I also read a book this month that became my favorite book of the year, which beat out T.J. Klune, Nicholas D'Adamizio, and Abby Jimenez as my favorite. So listen, it will be in my top 10 at least. Excuse me? Yes, yes.
So Lindsay's eating with her kids, so she's not able to hop on. But maybe eventually she'll watch the playback and watch the end.
North is the night.
Oh, speaking of North is the Night, I was supposed to get it today, but it's coming. It got delayed. I'm getting it tomorrow, but I'm excited for those. We just got really big all of a sudden.
I made this bigger so that because you're about to do the unboxing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I know you did love that one. Yes, something about it just I couldn't not put it in that slot. I can't explain why. Okay, now we're doing
Unboxing.
unboxing with
I have
Amanda.
I have 3 boxes. This one included. So I'm excited to do this live with everybody. 'Cause I think
I
I
don't like
might
that I
have an
wasn't on the screen.
idea
That
of
was
who.
weird.
I think I have an idea of who sent it because she told me yesterday she was sending me something. So I'm guessing it's from her. But I don't know what it is inside.
Well, if y'all see me munching, I have my dinner sitting next to me since we started this, and I kind of want to eat because I'm
There we
hungry.
go.
So,
Let's see what we got inside. That's a receipt. Gift receipt. Oh, it's from somebody else entirely. You said, Merry Christmas. Thank you for co-hosting the Ever After Readathon with me. Saw one of my all-time favorite books on your list. I knew you had to have it. Enjoy from Crystal, which is from Books for Ever After. Because I co-hosted Ever After Readathon.
aw,
Oh, cool. Okay. Daughter of the Drowned Empire. She did say
ooh,
this is one of her favorites. So, I'm excited for this one. I've heard really good things lately from Crystal, but I've never heard anybody else talk about it besides her. But I've heard from it came out 2022, so I know it's been around for a while. It's been on my wish list for a while, and I did tell her it was on my wish list. I didn't realize that Crystal was sending me a book, so I'll have to thank her and be like, "I'm excited to read this." It's another fantasy romance,
ooh,
so maybe at some point we could actually read this together.
possibly.
So this is exciting. I'll have to thank Crystal. And let's see. We have another box. Mm. Ugh. These things are always hard to open without an opener.
They are. I opened up an Amazon package while I was cooking before we started this live show.
Oh. Well, good thing I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. Since I break one. Ah. At least I put paper in the box. Let's see what we got. A bunch of paper. Ooh, what's this? There's no notes.
Maybe it's in the book.
The Revenant Games by Maggie Fuston. This has been in my wish list also for a while. There was no gift note in there. that I could see.
Flip through the book. Sometimes they've been putting them in the book.
Oh, well, here's something. Oh, it's from Dana.
Aww.
Merry Christmas. I hope you feel all the love this festive season. Love you. Aw. I
Shay
love you
says
too,
she wants
Dana.
to see the nails.
Well, I haven't gotten them done yet. This is just from this. I got these done originally in December. It's kind of what they look like right now. Got a snowflake on both hands. But I'm going again tomorrow to get them redone because they're getting a little long.
Mhm.
But thank you so much, Dana. I can't wait for this one because I have been eyeing this one for a while, and I saw Lindsay talking about it on one of her recent videos. So I'm like, I really do want to read this. So thank you so much, Dana. I'm excited. And it
Dana says
reminded
you're
me of
welcome.
another book. I think it reminded me of was it the Hunger Games or similar to this?
Is that mushrooms on the cover?
Yes, there is.
Interesting.
it,
I was trying to figure
it,
out what it was, and I was like, is that a
yeah.
mushroom? Is
And
that a
I read
peach?
it
Is that a...
when I first read the description. It reminded me of the Hunger Games. So I'm like, ooh, I want this book. So I'm excited for that. And this last box is a present from Murray that I already know because he had an Amazon gift card and he used part of it to get me this. And I am so excited. I can't wait to show this to everybody because I have been dying for this for like as long as I heard this has been out. And it was been so expensive. So when Ray
Wonder
said
if
he
it's
gave it
what
to
I
me
think
for
it is.
Christmas, I'm like, heck yeah. And this is, and I had to promise him this would never leave my shelves, and I'd be like, I promise this will never leave my shelves. And Dana might know what it is because I was just talking about it with her recently. If I could open this box.
Wonder if it's something I think it might be. Because
For
I've
those
heard you
who
talk
know,
about
you know
something.
I love this series so much.
Okay, it is what I thought it was. Okay. Okay, Angel.
Here we go.
No, Angel just came flying off my shelf at me. Interesting.
And I am so excited. I
Yep.
got the holiday edition of Caraval. All the whole series was spectacular. And I cannot wait. They need to read Spectacular. I haven't read it yet.
Yay!
I don't own Legendary or Finale yet. So I'm so excited to have this. I promised Ray I would never take this off my shelves. Ever. Because it's one of my favorite series. I know not everybody loves this series as much as I do, but I recently got Ray to read the series and he loved it. So I cannot wait. Just gotta take the plastic off, but I'm so excited to finally have this in my collection. You have no idea.
I kind of wish when I read Caraval, I would have immediately gone into Legendary
Uh
and I would have continued, but I waited because I read Caraval when it came out and had to wait a year.
huh.
And then I just
Never
wasn't.
went back to
I
it.
didn't really like the rest. So I was like, never mind.
So I am really,
But
really
I'm so
hyped.
glad you have that because that is such a pretty set.
It's been on. As soon as I found out about this holiday collection, I'm like, I have to have it. So I went on my books I really want list because I have two separate lists. I have a regular Amazon wish list of books I like to get to, and then another list of books I really want. And this collection was one I really want.
I now have two lists. One is my $21 and under list, and then my anything above that list.
And I gotta tell Lindsay that Dana gifted me this because I know Lindsay was talking about this not that long ago on one of her videos, or was it on her 25 and 25? Was it on that one?
Possibly?
'Cause I know
Because
she
that
was
title
talking
does
about
sound familiar.
that. I remember her showing this on one in her videos before. So I'm also very excited. Maybe I could get her to buddy read with me.
I mean, the two that I got today are Fall for Him
Mm.
and then Game Changers, so Mel Mel romance.
And I have more books coming tomorrow that I don't already have yet. It was supposed to come today, but they got delayed. But I'm getting the Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I am getting Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage because I read Done and Dusted and loved it, and then Lindsay gifted me Swift and Saddled. Now I just need the next book before the fourth one comes out in 2025. And then I'm also getting um, Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. I am getting The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. North is the Night by Emily Rath. And The West Wind by Alexandria Warwick.
Bye, Karina.
Bye, Karina. Because Dana got me. Dana was the one who originally got me to read the first book in that series because she had it.
Hmm.
So I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to read the second one. And the second one came out a couple months ago, I think. A month or two. Something like that. So I really wanted to read the second one.
Also, for those who don't know, Book of the Month picks are up.
I know, I already put my order in.
I'm putting mine in on Friday because I'm buying one extra book for Sterling.
Uh
And then I'm canceling Book of the Month after I get them.
oh really? Why is that?
Because I'm going on a book buying ban. My only things I'm allowed to get are pre-orders and book club books.
Gotcha.
Um,
I wasn't going to originally order January books, but then I saw the Lane Fargo one, and then I saw the description, and I'm like, okay, isn't that something I would normally pick up? But this one got my attention because it said documentary in the description.
I'm getting the Kate Alice Marshall. Even though I haven't read her other ones, even though Dana and Nikki have been wanting me to,
Hmm.
I was like, I'll read this one, then I'll go back and read those because I know how much they love them.
Yeah, like I read What Lies in the Woods, and I know how much Nikki and Dana love that book, but it wasn't really like a top favorite for me. But I might check out her new one at some point, but it's not one that I
Cold.
have to have right now. So the Lane Fargo one caught my interest because there's interviews for a documentary. So I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, there's like only two on here that sounded interesting to me.
Yeah,
Was Babylonia
right.
and then A Killing Cold.
I was kind of interested in Babylonia, but I'd rather wait for the audiobook and try it on audio.
Oh, you need to know my exceptions to the book buying ban? So, what my pre orders are for next year? Is that what you're saying? Because if we go here,
Well,
I am going to break my rule Friday, but it's the really beginning of it, so I'm not really counting it. So I can get Iron Flame. But I have Onyx Storm pre ordered. I have Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. Yeah, which is a future possible
book club book for us.
yes. Under the Mistletoe with You by Lizzie Hawksley Jones, even though I still haven't read the first one. So I might try to get to this before March to
No,
see. Oathbound is coming out next year,
what is
and I
it?
have been
Tell me.
dying and dying for this damn book.
Who's
It's
the
the
author?
third. It is the finale for Legendborn.
Oh, that's right.
I have been
I
needing it.
I read
And
Legendborn and enjoyed it, but I haven't read the second one, Bloodmarked, yet.
it's so good. It is one of my favorite YA fantasy series. I need Oathbound.
I have
Um,
the audio for the second one. Just haven't gotten to it.
Then Pole Position by Rebecca J. Coffrey, which is Mel F1 Racing. I was curious. Go Luck Yourself by Sarah Rosh. It is the sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas, which I'm hoping to finish that one tomorrow.
How was that, by the way?
I'm enjoying it. The little bit that I've read, I had to put it down to finish book club books, but I'm hoping to finish it before the month's over.
Let me know what your thoughts on it, because I'm interested in maybe checking it out if you like it.
The new Abby Jimenez, I'm sorry, has to be pre-ordered.
I'm gonna get the book of the month version because I'm certain book of the month will have it. So I'm just gonna wait and get it from them.
So say you'll remember me. Then there's this one that I'm super excited for, but I don't really need, but I have to have it as a personality trait.
Right.
We found a Golden Girls cozy mystery
Interesting.
that is coming out called Murder by Cheesecake. And I just have to have it.
You gotta tell Nikki about that one.
Dana, Murder by Cheesecake.
Oh,
It's on her 20. Yay. Barrier Bones in the Midnight Soil is pre-ordered. Cracking up that we both have our eyes on it. I know. Buddy Reed. Buddy Reed. Dana. Barrier Bones in the Midnight Soil we've already established that it is our July pick
I can't
for
wait for that one.
Fiction Falls here.
I need to read more of E. Schwab because I really love Gallant. And I did like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I still gave that one like a 4-star.
I've heard this one's supposed to be more like Addie and Gallant than her other writing.
Oh, good. So I'm excited then. I also have her Darker Shade of Magic series, but haven't read it yet.
Then I have The Robin on the Oak Throne.
Oh yeah, the sequel to The Red in the Holly Library.
Yes. And then there are 2 or 3 others that I can't pre-order until it's already out. They're indie published, so I can't get a physical copy of it till it's actually on Amazon. One being the next book in Loki and his Master series, and then there's Megan Brandy's Bad Little Bride, which comes out January 7th.
Is Lori still here, or did she leave? I wanted to tell her. I know she really liked Say You Swear. I gotta tell Sam too that I finally read it.
Yes, there's Lori.
Yeah, so I want to let you know, Lori, that I did read Say You Swear today. However, I was not crazy about it. I think I ended up giving it a 2.5 star rating. I know Clint's so sad about that.
Don't tell Sam. Send her your vlog.
Yeah, I did finish the vlog today, so I'll hopefully in the next couple days I can have it up.
She hurt my soul, guys. She hurt my soul.
However, I do want to read North is the Night by Emily Rath because I have that coming to me.
But I understand.
I did like fucking around.
I understand that Megan Brandy is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You liked Wolf's Song enough. It's fine.
Well, I haven't finished Wolf's Song yet.
Oh, it was Ray. Sorry, it was Ray that liked Wolf's Song. Never mind.
Oh yeah, Ray was obsessed by that series. He read them. He literally read every single book, including the ones that you sent him.
You and Nikki are the two that DNF'd it.
Well, it's a soft DNF right now. It's not a hard DNF. I probably wasn't in the right mindset because at the time I was in a bit of a reading slump and I just wasn't feeling a lot of books. So
Speaking
I
of
don't
North
think
is
it
the
was the
Night,
book. Huh?
speaking of North is the Night, have you seen what it looks like in person?
Yes.
Have
You
you seen
showed
it
it
in
to me.
person?
You
Oh my
sent
god,
me
I gotta
pictures.
show everybody else.
I'm excited because I'm getting it tomorrow.
Because I have the arc, I have the reversible jacket on
Nice. You
with.
finished it already, right?
Oh, hell yeah. This is the regular cover.
I love the regular cover too.
Well, this represents one of the girls, this represents the other.
Ah, nice. Oh, pretty. I love that. It's stunning.
One
Ooh, those
of the
edges.
girls, and then the other.
I do really like sapphic stories, so I'm looking
It's
forward to
ser-
them.
I will tell you, to everybody who reads it, there is a relationship with one of the girls and a man,
Uh huh.
but it is a sapphic story.
Gotcha. Hopefully, it'll be better than the last sapphic story we read together.
It does take most of the book to even get to the sapphic part, but
Gotcha. I don't mind a good slow burn if it's a good one.
oh, slow burn, friends to lovers.
I
Oh,
did read Spark of the Everflame this month, and it was a lot of people are not crazy about the first book and love the second book even more. So I actually really surprisingly enjoyed the first book. I gave it 4 stars, and then yesterday when I was out with Dana at Barnes and Noble, I went ahead and picked up the second book. So I'm excited to continue the series.
okay, this gets starred because thank you, Shay. I was listening. I've heard good things about that
Yeah.
series.
So the first book I have an indie copy of. I want to exchange it for a traditional copy because they don't match otherwise. So I want to get like matching copies of the first two. So I want to like get rid of my indie copy and get um the one like this one because I can't wait to dive into this one. This is one of the series I want to try and prioritize in 2025 because
Can
I really, really have to know after the ending and Spark of the Everflame how this one's going to go. So if you haven't read Spark of the Everflame, I do recommend
I will say, out of the books I have completed, I have only completed 4 books this month so far.
it. Mm-hmm.
Fourth Wing is the only one that's not sapphic.
And
I
you gave it six
have
stars.
a sapphic book, and then a book that's half sapphic, half Achillean, because you're following a gay guy and a
Oh,
lesbian switch houses.
hold on. I think I have a book that you might be interested in here.
Oh, and then I DNF'd the most wonderful crime of the year.
I have another male story for you that I recently picked up that you might be interested in.
Oh, 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 that's on a list.
I got it at Barnes and Noble last week, and it's male, and I immediately thought of you. Plus, it's stunning. Look at these sprayed edges.
One of my author friends, Kit, is obsessed with that series.
I never heard of it until I saw this at Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, pretty. I have to have it. End pages and the hardcover itself. I'm like sold. And then the back, also stunning.
Okay, that's stunning.
So I'm like, I had rewards for Barnes and Noble. I had like $35 in rewards. So this was normally a $30 book, but because they were doing the sale for like third off hardcovers, I spent less than $18 on this book. and it's stunning. And I use all my rewards. I didn't have to pay for it with my own money at all. But I'm like, I need to get Clint to get this book so we can read it together.
Is it a fantasy?
It is actually. It's about gods.
Do we haven't chosen June's pick for Pride Month?
Um, Let me read you the description in case you haven't yet. It says, born the crown prince of a prosperous kingdom, Zelion was renowned for his beauty, strength, and purity. His years of dedicated study and noble deeds allowed him to ascend to godhood. But those who rise may also fall, and fall he does, cast from the heavens and banished to the world below. 800 years after his mortal life, Zelion has ascended to godhood for the third time, angering most of the gods in the process. To repay his debts, he is sent to the mortal realm to hunt down violent ghosts and troublemaking spirits who prey on the living. Along his travels, he meets the fascinating and brilliant Sam Lane, a young man with whom he feels an instant connection. Yet, Sam Lane is clearly more than he appears. What mysteries lie behind that carefree smile? So, I had to grab it because I love stuff with God, and this sounds fascinating. And it was originally supposed to be. It was originally a web. It was a serial novel on a website.
Yeah, because this is the cover I know it by.
Uh,
The paperback.
but this one is stunning. I had to get this as soon as I saw the sprayed edges and the hardcover itself, and then the description sounded right up my alley. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm snagging this and telling Clint about it so he
there's
could read it.
8 volumes in that series. Only one of them's got that hardback so far,
Mm.
but there's 8 books in that series. So I mean, we haven't picked Pride Month's book. If we want to do a
Do it. I'll read it with you guys.
no, I meant you and me for Fiction Falls.
Oh,
If it's fantasy,
oh.
that's not breaking my book buying ban because then it's a book club book.
Ooh. That's an idea. I don't think we have a book lined up for June.
We don't.
I think
And
we have everything else.
I was hoping we could find like a queer book for it because June is
We have
Pride Month.
everything up till May, and then we have July.
Yes.
We haven't picked any other
Okay.
months yet. So that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, we have all the way through May. We don't have June, and then we have July's. So we have 6 out of 12 picked, just not consecutively.
I am excited for all of our books.
Yes. And just saying that might be a good breather from what was May's book.
I'm trying to remember what May was again. You have to tell me the list so I can keep the list in my notes because I don't think I wrote them down.
Jess's favorite book of the year.
Trying to remember which one that was.
Standalone high fantasy that we're all interested
Oh, okay. I remember now.
So
Because
this might,
Ray said he wants to read it too.
I mean, this is how many pages? It's only 432 pages. That might be a good break to have.
Yeah. You'll have to send me the list so I could keep them in my notes. I don't think I put them in my notes originally.
Because, yeah.
Mm.
And then,
We have some good books lined up.
we do.
Oh,
like,
Lori said she has it in paperback. She will read with us in June.
I was like, if we want to go ahead and solidify it, I'll write it down.
Let's do it.
Okay. Where's my pen?
And it's mail, so it's perfect.
And it goes for my year of queer.
Yeah, it's perfect for that.
So we got Heaven's
Official Blessing.
Volume 1.
Well, Heaven Official's Blessing, my bad. So I'm excited. There's a lot of books I want to read this year.
By Mo Zhang Hong Z? Zoo? Zhao? Zoo? Whatever. I'll probably just be like, and we're reading this. So we have the first 7 months picked out.
Yay. Then once we get towards the middle of the year, we'll decide on the rest of the year.
I
So
mean, August.
These ones might come out that I'd be interested in.
August, we're gonna have to look for like dark academia school setting because
Yeah. If we bring back a Fiction Falls
Fiction Falls
Academy,
Academy.
we'll have to figure out how we're gonna do it for August. Because you can't obviously do the same exact thing like we did before, so gotta switch it up somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you choose a different movie, the more people will be interested in watching. But just the first one, so we don't have run into issues like last time.
We only one movie
Yeah.
only.
Especially if we can find a standalone movie that's not part of a series. Be easier.
But I'm gonna need to have to head out now because it's almost 9 to me,
Oh, yeah, it's almost
and I have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for joining us. This was so much fun. I'm so happy we got to discuss a new favorite.
Yay.
I am kind of sad that I don't have a sprayed edged version. Oh well, I'm the one that decided to wait that long.
Well, for those who stuck around for as long as they did, thank you for staying.
Well, pitter patter, share with the glass. But thank you guys for joining. I already have Amanda linked down below, and also our announcements are already linked down below as well. At least my announcements are down there, and I know Amanda has her announcement on her channel as well.
And don't forget
Go
to
check out
Lindsay.
And I will add Lindsay later. Let me grab the book. And I hope you guys join us in January, where we will be reading The Stars Are Dying by Chloe C. Penaranda.
Show off the actual hardcover real quick.
We wanted to justify why we wanted to spend $30-something on this gorgeous, stunning book. So,
show the back too. The back is stunning.
When falls night, the world will drown in starlight. Bum bum bum.
Even though I've heard mixed reviews, I still want to read it.
And we need to know if we need the sequel, which comes out in January.
I know, it's perfect because it comes out the same month that we're reading that book.
As long as it's a hit, just like Fourth Wing was. So I hope you guys join us in January discussing this. I don't think we have a place in the town we're going to.
I don't think we discussed that yet.
We didn't. Whatever. I'm now getting delirious because I've been up since 5 or 6.
Because it's like the night sky, maybe we're going somewhere with the dark sky.
We're going to the astronomy
tower.
Yes. In town. But we will catch you guys.
Ooh, I like that one, Dana.
In our next video. Going to the observatory. That's the word I was trying to think of. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Dana. She's
We're going
the
to the Fiction Falls Observatory for January.
So I hope you guys have a fabulous night. And if I don't talk to you tomorrow, I hope everybody has an amazing last day of the month. And we will see y'all next year. Woo! Party! Woo! Sparkler!
Party!
Lights! But you guys have a wonderful night. Always embrace your inner rainbow. Take care of your mental health. Hydrate or mummify, as they say. And have a fabulous...
I drink my own Starbucks.
Fabulous gay day, month, year, life. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.
In broadcast.